What is up, everyone? I'm here with our new Bulgarian Open champion. How do you feel? What did you do? What did you achieve?
Very good, thank you. 2 days ago, actually, was our first Bulgarian Open. It's a huge milestone for our community in general. All of our regular and even not regular players in the community attended. We had a lot of foreigners that attended. It was amazing. So I'm really glad I won it. Really proud of myself.
Everyone is proud of you, man.
Thank you. And especially I'm proud of all my friends that actually made it to top 8. It felt like it was amazing actually to play against all of the regular players that I'm used to and all of the players that I truly really respect.
Yeah, of course.
And yeah.
Want to tell us anything about your deck, about your choice? Why did you play this?
Yeah, of course, let's get into the deck.
Yeah, of course.
I chose Dracotail mostly because that's the only thing I really enjoy playing. The rest of the decks in the format are either too combo oriented. I really enjoy mid-range decks. I've always played mid-range decks, mostly branded through my years of play, and that just felt like home to me.
Yeah.
I have some spice, but in general it's quite generic.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
Of course the 3 Femena,
Yep.
3 Lucius and the 3 Mululu. Sometimes, because there's a lot of, in this build in particular, there are not a lot of normal summons, so this is fine. But I think in Cartesia builds, I would most likely cut this going forward to 2 and play more of these guys. I play 2-2 from Pan and Urgula. In this build in particular, Urgula is actually your best combo piece. You really want to open him, but of course you really don't want to have names. You don't want to have too many of the same name, so that you can actually combo off and set all of your spells and traps.
Yeah, you just want to open as many different names as possible.
Yes, but in this build, this one is the best because if the other cards in your hand are like hand traps, you really want to open this guy with the light and darkness dragons, so that when you do the full combo, you will be able to add from this guy the Femena, then use your last fusion spell to send the Femena and a name from the deck, and you can set both traps. So that's why you really want to open this guy for your only engine card, if your other cards are non-engine.
Yeah, that's fair.
So of course 3 of the spells.
Yeah, free Raku and get
I saw like a lot of players actually side deck going second. They side out these guys. Maybe one spell or something like that.
Yeah,
I never sided them out at all. The only matchup I think was on the finals. Because I bricked game 1. No, actually, was it game 1, game 2? I have no idea. I don't remember. But one of the games I drew a lot of these guys, so I cut one of this because this is the worst one. Going second. But other than that, all day I would much rather have all of the names than side them out. And in general, this deck is quite grindy. And in the grind game, you really want to resolve all of your effects. You don't want to have any less resources than your opponent. So you always want the names. That goes for the traps as well. I play 1-1, of course, everyone plays 1-1. But I see a lot of people siding out one of the traps. I never side them out. The only game that I would side them out is Vanquish Soul. So against Vanquish Soul, you really want to stop them from playing, right? You really want them to stop playing, and the only trap that I side out is this. Even though this one is in general better against Vanquish Soul than the spell negate, this one won't let you go into grind game, while this one will, because from this you can stop them from Case of K9. and that card just gives them a lot of damage, so they can easily kill you.
Yeah, they can just kill you.
Yeah, where this stops the damage, maybe you live and maybe you have another turn to play. But in general, if you can make your side deck work with you holding both in the deck, then I think that's
fine.
recommended.
That's reasonable, yeah.
Okay. For the other engine cards, we go with 3 of the Dark Dragon and 2 of the Light Dragon. Even though they're really good, of course, I think you don't want to play 6 because you want to have a lot of non-engine in the deck, and on top of that, one of them is enough. You very rarely want to see 2, because at the end of the day, if you open this and any like engine card, maybe Lucius or a Ketu or something like that, you can play through quite a lot of hand traps.
Yeah, 5 is a good number, I think.
And you can side out one of these, or maybe even 2 of these, depending on the matchup. But in general, I side out only one, going second.
Yeah, okay.
Going first, you always keep them. And this is the last part of the engine that I played. I'm not gonna lie, it's not original.
That's
I saw someone that made a video. It was really detailed, like 40 minutes or something, explaining all 1 card combos, actually 2 card combos, because this deck only has 2 card combos.
Yeah, that's fine.
He explained all 2 card combos, like if you start one of these and each name, what do you do with each name? And the idea is to play these guys because they solidify a really good end board, where this deck really suffers from having a good end board. Even though, even if you win dice, it's not guaranteed you win the game, which is really unfortunate. A lot of the decks nowadays, if they go first, they have at least, I wouldn't say unbreakable board, but at least like a board that you know you will win in 2 turns because you out resource your opponent.
Yeah, but here
this
it's
deck,
like...
yes, but this deck
Oh,
ending
shit.
on 2 traps and spheres and 1 pop, it's just not enough. If you open 3 hand traps in addition to that board, yes, but you can't open 3 hand traps all
You
the
can't
time.
guarantee that, yeah.
So that's why we play these guys. Yeah, I'll go into these guys a bit later on when we go
Yeah,
to
that's
the
fair
extra deck. But for now, the non-engine, 3 Ash,
Yep.
3 Veiler. I saw some people cutting this, maybe playing Bells. Bells is good, but this is way too generic, and being able to loop it with Artalion is just too good. This is the best card right now, like the best hand trap in general. And it helps with the most annoying matchups. Another comment about Veiler is that the combination of Veiler and Nib allows you to have a really good chance against Vanquish Soul going second, which is the biggest problem of this deck, is Vanquish Soul.
Yeah.
Another card for Vanquish Soul is Purulia. I decided, and it was an advice from one of my friends, Kostadin Kasavov, shout out. He said it's just better to have more Charmies in generals against some matchups. Even Yumi, they might give you 2 draws, and still, like, if you can play Pot of Greed going second, you will most likely play it, so it's still good enough. Against Vanquish, so it's obviously good. Raizio is still a deck I never played against Raizio. And of course the Fuaros, which is just generic against everything.
Yep.
And that's about it for the main deck. We can go to the extra deck now. So for the extra deck, we have to play 3.
Yeah, that's pretty standard.
Even if like you go into 2, like 90% of the game and 90% of the games, and the third one doesn't come up. In this version, it always comes up because you play XCs for the Tachyon cards. I will show a bit later. One of this guy. So it's debatable whether you will play one of this and one of this. I decided to try this guy out on a whim. It didn't come up at all. I made it once on the finals, because my thought process was my opponent might not know how to play around it, and it's still a card that even if your opponent knows how to play around it, he still suffers from resource loss. So it's okay. But the second one of this guy came up once, and this guy came up once. That means that it's always it doesn't matter as much whether you will play 2 or 1-1.
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, this guy, 2 of the Secretarian. For this build, you just need more level 8 dragons to banish for the Light and Darkness cards. It doesn't really matter whether you will play 2 of this or maybe 2 of this, but you just need more fusions to banish. Yes. This guy, I think, is a bit better because in grind games you can always access your engine from, be it you having 1 Veiler and a dragon. You can just go into this guy, summon Lucius from grave, get the Femena fusion from there. So that's really good. And because he's a light, you can actually use him for summoning this guy, which comes up from time to time. The second one, so we play 1 because it's good enough to play. It can win you some games, but in general, I didn't summon him once because all of my games were so that even if I pop 1, you very rarely make him to pop 2. That doesn't happen that often. And popping 1 just didn't seem like strong enough. I would much rather rotate my engine through these guys. So he's kind of whatever, but he's really good. This can win you the Yumi matchup. And in a grind game where you have dragons on field, these guys, the Artalions in this version of the deck, come up way more often from their graveyard effect. Because they are used as XYZ material, they won't leave the field. So that means that you will actually be able to resummon them again and again. So you can loop some Artalions, which means that this card will always have a dragon to return. So it makes it a bit stronger, I think.
Yep.
For the XCs, you only play 3. This guy is your combo starter. This is the first guy you go into, and he basically searches the main deck Tachyon monster. From there, you detach 2 and make this guy. This guy, I found out he actually has an effect in the 5th round, but his effect won't come up, I think, at all. It didn't come up for me. But yeah, it's a good card. At the beginning of your battle phase, you can actually detach material from this card, and it negates all face-up monster effects. And on top of that, their original attack, their attack becomes their original attack, which is good against, I don't know, maybe Yumi.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
But yeah, it's good. And on top of that, whenever your opponent activates a card or effect, he gains 1000 attack. So it's okay.
That sounds more relevant, yeah.
This guy, he's a part of your end board almost all the time. If you go full combo, you end on spheres. This guy, the number 38, this guy on the field, so you can use your trap, the trap in the hand, and the 2 set spell and traps from the Dracotail cards. Yeah. In general, the strongest part about this guy is that he can protect your spheres, and being able to protect spheres comes up a lot, especially against Vanquish Soul, because you can hold the spheres to maybe get rid of Reaper, get rid of some sticky cards that you don't want them to stay on the field. So being able to protect your spheres from not being attacked is really good. The spell negate is also okay, but I've only ended on the full board 4 times, I think. So I cannot actually say whether this guy is needed. Maybe you can play some other rank 8, but because you're locked into dragons, there are not that many good options. Spheres and the Link one.
That's pretty standard, yeah.
Yeah, I debated on cutting this guy in particular because most of the time you will have the dragons. You don't really need the Lucius to link into spheres. But at the end of the day, maybe you won't draw the dragons. Maybe
Yeah, sometimes you just need it.
And in grind games, sometimes if you weren't able to end on spheres, or maybe you can bounce the spheres with Artalion, that happens sometimes as well. This guy comes up so that in the grand game you can link the Lucius and go into spheres again.
Yep.
And the only generic link I play is the Cross Sheep. I think the deck is really, as I said previously, it's really oriented towards grind games. And SP, even though it's a really good grind card, it also doesn't allow you the option to kill, and you really want the option to kill when you can.
Yeah,
where this one, where this one just it lets you kill a lot easier and recycles your engine.
Yep.
That's about it for the extra deck. Side deck I think is also pretty generic. 3 Fenrir, your best going first card, and you put it in against every matchup, and you can put it in going second into Vanquish, so I think it's not bad. The bells are I think only for Yumi, and it's kind of tough because you don't want to open it. You don't want it to be the of the first 5 cards in your hand in terms of hand traps, but you always want to have it for board breaking because that's the only reason you want to play this. On their turn, you cannot really interrupt them good with Bell. You need more hand traps, like more impactful ones like Veiler, Ash, stuff like that. But it's insanely good against Yumi when you board break, and this deck plays a lot of engines, so you will most likely have to board break rather than turn skip them with hand traps. This is also against Yumi. It's just generic enough. Against Yumi, I put in these 3, the Flaros and 2 Purulia, because I just need to go into hand traps that turn skip them. Droll, this is mainly for the Vanquish Soul matchup. If I open Droll and Purulia, because I play like 6 Charmies and this, some people may say it conflicts, but in reality, it doesn't conflict as often because this one is way better than Purulia, and Purulia can be used on your turn so that you draw even from the Holy Sioux, the Jiaolong, the Borgers and stuff like that. So it's still good. I always prioritize this instead of Charmies if I have both. And I decided to play Lancia because Malice is still a deck. Orcust is a deck, and we have some players here that really enjoy Orcust. Shout out to Anef. So I don't want to lose to Orcust.
Of course.
A problem I found with side decking was in particular about Yumi, because as I said, I really enjoy keeping the Purulias. Even though they're not as strong against Yumi as other decks, there's still the option of Yumi not drawing Engage, not drawing Obedience Schooled, and then playing with names. And if they open 2 names, that's still a Pot of Greed, which still is really good. But this card against Yumi is insane. They have to remove it, and there's always the option of you drawing flowers from this. And because they have to remove it, they need to remove it so that their interruptions can interrupt you on your turn. That opens up the space for flowers.
You can throw them after.
Yeah, so it's really good.
All right. Thanks for the deck profile. We're also proud of you, man. Everyone
Thank you
loves
very much.
Do you have any shout-outs for the end of the video?
Yeah, a couple. So first shout out to Manny here, Boy Cotton. Thank you a lot for filming this for me.
Of course.
Another shout out to Hobby Games for organizing this event, at least helping with the organization. You guys are amazing, so I love you. shout out to the whole community. After all, without the players, even the bad ones, even the good ones, everyone, we wouldn't have made it to an Open in Bulgaria. As I said, this is a huge milestone, so I'm really grateful to everyone.
That's true.
Shout out to the four pillars of Yu-Gi-Oh in Bulgaria: Victor Uzunov, Konstantin Kasavov, Ivan Ravojijski, and Venslav Monev. You guys are insane.
They're the obelisks.
Yeah, the new school obelisks are Nikola Stefanov, Pishlemetu, shout out to you. Manu from Varna, again a goat. Kosyu and Petyu, I think, are one of the better players at the top all the time. And a special shout out to Christian Anev, who is always here for me to test. He is actually the only testing partner that I test all the time with. And yeah, shout out to you, man. Thank you. Thank you a lot.